$10.
We're
We got rock,
applying to
paper,
Squid
scissors.
Games, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna apply. We're gonna apply so we can.
By
be
the
on that
way,
again.
what if they didn't watch it yet? So just so you know.
Oh no, you can still. I mean, I didn't say who won or what it was.
Okay,
Just
true,
it
true,
comes
true.
down to. This is gonna be too much of a spoiler. It came down to rock, paper, scissors.
It's true.
Can you imagine you picked the wrong thing and then
Ooh,
that's it? That's
I
your
would have been
money?
mad at you.
Here we go.
Wait.
Let's do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah!
I'll be down for you forever. We gon' always be together. Down for any kind of weather. We going higher than the ceiling. You and me is all I need, yeah. Keep on rocking to the beat, yeah.
Go ahead, bring us in, big fella.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to whatever episode number this is.
Yeah, this season we literally have no idea how we're rolling it out.
Yeah, we obviously we're trying to get everything like compact together and then slowly start releasing everything out. So this will be whatever episode we say it is in the title. That's what it's gonna be. Sounds good. Hi, Snooks.
Hi, Snookums.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay.
That's good.
How are you doing?
Good, not great. Could be better.
Okay, great.
I got tired all of a sudden out of nowhere. I don't know
Me
what
too.
happened. It might have been the sun.
It's the ride. So where we record, it's like well, it always ends up being more because traffic. It's the ride.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I start us off this one.
All right. Don't know what the title is either. Just know the topic. So go ahead. Start us off.
It's just gonna be basic. See, I told him we don't need like the flashy names like last season. It's gonna be dealing with grief in a relationship.
I think if
like
I could
that.
think of a flashy name, we would have one. I just can't think of anything.
Well,
right
we'll
now.
see it. Watch it be something like I just said. But yeah, so today is like I don't want to say we're gonna go super heavy, but a heavier topic.
Somber.
Somber. Yeah. So today we're talking about grief and relationships, because it's been coming up for us, you know, especially recently, and over our 10-year relationship, it's come up multiple times because, you know, life be lifing. So recently, after Thanksgiving, I lost my Uncle Joe. And I'm going to make sure I put some pictures up here. But he was like one of my favorite uncles. He was a very, very special man. He always reminded me how beautiful I am. He was kind of like the protector. You know, I'm all about like protection. So it just kind of had us thinking, you know, like how grief goes, especially in our relationship, like how hard it can be to deal with somebody grieving, how hard it can be like figuring out what people need. And, you know, we recognize that over the past 10 years, it kind of changes like as we change and evolve too. So before we I want to ask Snookums, like how he feels like and how he's dealt with it. But I think I just want to start off kind of just like talking through, because in our relationship, it's really been me that's had like more loss. Yeah. But I know there's different ways of grieving. So he's grieved on different things. But for me, it was my cousin Chris. Remember, how long ago was that?
That was like
7 years.
Was it 7 years?
I can't remember, but
It's been a minute.
He died at 28.
Yeah.
Omar was there the night it happened.
Yeah, that was a rough night.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, at that point, I'm still in my, you know, I just turned 30. I'm still in my younger 20s. So it was the first time somebody had ever passed away that like didn't make sense. Cause you know, I always talk about my parents are older. So like I've lost people, but this one like literally made no sense. Like my cousin, we grew up together. My cousins, if you know me, they're like my siblings cause I don't actually have siblings. And Chris and I, we grew up, me, Chris Duran, I'll put a little picture of us. We grew up together. And his passing was very random, and that sparked more anxiety for me. Yeah. It was a really hard time. It took me years and years and years to figure out how to be okay. So, I mean, I guess back then, because I guess I deal with grief a little bit differently now. How was that for you? Like, how did you feel pressure?
I mean, yeah. So a couple of things, right? So as she said, her parents, but a lot of other people in her family, you know, because they have siblings and stuff, are older. So I'm not. I say this in a way to say that it's not like things would be like too unexpected or anything like that. So it's like something you kind of like go into. You know what I mean?
Like if it's like like sometimes it makes sense. So
so sometimes it makes like okay, this might happen or that might happen. Like you might expect these things or whatever. When her cousin passed, it was just completely unexpected. I remember. like how her mom was and everything like that. We were at their house and whatnot, and just out of nowhere, like this commotion. Now, sometimes her mom like talks, she like yells in her sleep. She's probably gonna watch it, like stop putting my business out there. But she might like talk or yell in her sleep. So I thought it might have been something like that, or even when she laughs, it sounds like there's something wrong. But it's just like her like laughing, like just being like extra, or whatever.
Don't call my mom extra.
Hey, you know, that's what we thought until you heard the aftermath, and then she ran out there. You told her what happened, and then it was just
A bad day.
I had never seen anything like that before in my life. It was just like a bad night. It was nuts. I'm not gonna go too much more into detail with all that, but so was there like pressure? Not so much because again with her having older relatives. I mean, okay, hey, this thing or that thing may happen, you know, but so kind of already prepared myself for it. Again, it was just unexpected, but I had already kind of prepared myself. Hey, you may have to be there for her in this way or that way. So I wouldn't say I felt pressure really, but
because we were young, so I feel like it's hard.
Yeah, we were like young, and then again, you took it hard. And like, hey, how do I've never lost anybody in my life. As far as like them losing their lives, really. Mm-hmm. I've known people who've passed away. But there, there's no wood to knock on, but nobody that I've been like.
There's wood under there.
I think that's drywall.
There's no wood under there.
Stucco. Anyway, point is, I haven't lost anybody, and so I haven't had to deal with this. I've known people who've passed, again, lost their life, but I haven't lost anyone yet. So I didn't know how to deal with it, but I feel like there's some fundamentals to somebody you care about or with, like when they pass away, like the kind of the things you do, like kind of be there, like to support them, and which we'll go into some more details a little bit later, but again, y'all know I'm pretty like logical and practical. All right, hey, this person's going through this. I should probably do A, B, and C while they're going through this and stuff like that. But
yeah, I guess you've always been that way because I guess people are different, So I guess I'd say like for me, I know, and I guess this is important in a relationship. So we're talking about like how you deal with grief in a relationship. It's really important that you're with somebody that I guess understands you or is willing to like listen to what you need, because when things happen, like you don't know, like you change, like life changes for you. So I guess I can always say that he's been there for me, like when I'm crying, and like he's really good at that. Now, but
don't make this change this episode topic. You're gonna be grieving in a different way. Keep going.
But no, I feel like back then I kind of retreated internally, but I could depend on him. But with Uncle Joe, I'm older now, and I think I mentioned I don't know if it's this season, so I don't know, or if it was last season, but I went through like this depressed period where I was like, dang, like why did you give us people that we're gonna love if you're gonna take them? Why'd you put us here if you're gonna take us? And like I went through that. I don't know, randomly hit me in a different way, because we all know we're gonna pass away, but we don't like to think about it. Like we live, like we have all this time and you never know. And I'm one of those people, I think about it too much because of it started with Chris, really. I mean, since I was younger, because I had older parents, I've always worried about it. And I had a sick dad. But with Chris, it really like shook me up. So it's made me more of like a hypochondriac, well, especially with my mom having cancer. But anyways, but wait, I just lost what I was saying. What was I saying, Snookums? That's what happens sometimes. My brain literally like will try. I guess it's trying to protect me.
You talk about basically how his passing hit you, your uncle's passing hit you.
Oh yeah. So I'm in a different space in my life, because I feel like when I had that little period where I was like depressed and questioning God and why would you put us here and da 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 da, he took me through like some steps where like things kind of started making sense. Not making sense, but like it prepared me to be better in this situation. So like when my Uncle Joe passed, Omar wasn't with me. He was actually at the gym. And I mean, I had my normal anxiety, and I was the one that actually told my mom about it. So I went through the motions. However, I felt a peace, not a peace, but like I felt like God was like with him. So I feel like it's more the aftermath too. So like the initial was really hard, but I felt like I was okay without you being there. And then after, like, I think that's when you really want your partner. And so like, unfortunately, sometimes it can't be that way. Like I had to go home by myself, and I wished he was there, but I still feel like I'm doing better and I'm not needing you as much. Right. Like, I mean, do you feel there's a difference? Like, I don't, cause he's usually there for me more, cause I've gone through, I don't know.
She always got some shit going.
I'm telling you.
But, so it's, how can I say? It's obviously is a difference. I mean, again, I will to say it like this. I mean, since I've at a certain point, maybe 4, 5, 7 years ago, whenever after her cousin Chris passed, it's kind of been a recurring thing every year. Someone that she knows in her family or even friends with, something like
Not
that.
every, but I know what you're trying to
Almost,
say.
yeah, like almost. So it's like something that like kind of like keeps happening and happening. So just I say that to say there's a difference with how she's handling it. But again, it's like I'm not saying it's becoming harder every time it happens to you, but it's what's a phrase that I used before?
Numbing or like
No, kind of things it's starting to come like closer to home. Like somebody you may have randomly known 10 years ago passes away. Okay, then is your church the piano player.
Deshaun.
So he passed away. Still not family yet. Okay, then her cousin passed. Then her uncle, and then another uncle, and then obviously things keep happening. So I feel like there's like your hand again. You're also not just in this depressive state that you said that you were in. Not really. I would say look at it a different perspective. You're always so in this realm or space of like I don't want to say finding yourself. That doesn't feel quite right, but
like grounding.
yeah, you're not even in the state that you're like coming into your own, but like you're changing. All right, basically what I'm trying to say. And so
Therapy.
yeah, so
And
a lot
God.
of things like
Thank
she's doing
you.
like healing herself and things she's been through. So it's just a difference on how you're handling like a lot of different things. Even like stuff with us, like we may have handled a fight or argument one way 5 years ago. You still kind of handle some things the same, whatever. But
Facts.
now in this state, she's handling it way different than she would have, and we're not doing like petty or like spiteful thing, just whatever it may be. So I think there is a difference because like you're growing and like you're changing and healing yourself. So I do see a difference over the years on how you've been handling all things like this.
I guess I mean this is life, right? Like that's why you literally are trying to find a partner because I mean I appreciate that I have him with me like to even though it's hard, like I appreciate you being here with me. Our therapist would be like, now look at each other.
Yeah, look at each other when you say those things. Yeah.
Look at each other. But yeah, I think the difference now also is that, and I think I've kind of make him more aware. I don't know, he probably doesn't love this, but I'm really big on you have to love each other now. Like I guess in a way it helps our relationship, although sometimes we also have arguments.
I mean, we gonna beef. Ain't they gonna be sunshine and rainbows? We gonna beef. Trust me on that.
It just reminds you, like, you have to love the people you're with.
Kind of like what's important, really. Like, say you are beefing or going through something with your person. I mean, yeah, you may want to be the one who's right, or you were wrong, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, on a grand scale of things, how much does that really matter? I guess because that person could be gone the day after tomorrow, or say you say something.
Life is so crazy.
Yes, you're arguing on the phone, hang up, I hate you, boom, whatever, hang up. And next thing you know, let's just say your person always calls you back. You're like, no, they did not just hang up on me. But then that call don't come, and you think that they're just pissed. But something like a car accident, like a heart attack happens, and then you're like, shit, that was the last thing I said to him. And you know what I'm saying? So I guess, also like thinking about like the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger picture. And also we're in a space now in our lives. Like, it's just, I don't know. We've just gone through phases. So when you're together for so long, like when you're younger, it seems so far away. And also we're less mature, although you were really good at being there for me. And I would have hoped I would be there for you if something happened.
Yeah.
But then now we're in a space where it's like, we're getting older. Everything's changing. Like for me, I feel like everything's changing. I was telling my mom, now I'm in a place. She used to tell me she would call her mom and talk, and we're like reverse now. Like I'm in the age where she moved to DC from Virginia, and she would call her mom, but now it's flipped. Like I'm calling her, and so then before we know it, I'll be like 20 years older, and I just like it's just life moves so fast. So I feel like I'm always kind of in a state of like thinking about that. So then I feel like sometimes it could make it hard in the relationship because like we're trying to have fun or something, and I might be laughing, but then inside I'm thinking about these things, and then I might bring it up. So sometimes I feel bad because I feel like maybe I'm always like making the situation sad or something. Like I don't want to make you sad or
I get that, like trained to thinking like that, line of thought. But like for me, it's like if you're going through, I'm one of those people, and I probably mentioned it on a couple of episodes or alluded to it, or you could, as I say this, you're like, oh, you know what, that makes sense. He thinks about this. Because you're going through something doesn't mean that you can't bring up how you're feeling or like what's going on with you. If something's wrong with you, something is wrong. Yeah, you got to heal and figure it out. But if you're upset, you're upset. Yeah. And it's okay to talk about that. Some people be like, nah, we don't want to hear that. That's not what like we're here for. We're here for this and here for that. And like, so you're struggling internally because you feel like you can't like talk about things or whatever. For me, no, it doesn't bring down like the mood when you bring it up. Again, you're going through something. All right, hey, let's talk about it. Let's let you feel like what you're feeling like in the moment. We're not just gonna shove it to the side because that's how issues can come up later. You feel like you can't come to me. I wasn't all. She's praising me and thanking me for like being there and everything like that. I wasn't always like that, and that's not to say that I wasn't there to care for her or anything like that, because I was. But
no, that's a fact.
Okay, there were 2 instances when she, felt like she needed me, and I wasn't there. So I was at. Where was I at? Oh no, this was a wrong example. This is a different example. You were actually, I just wasn't really communicating, so that's what that issue was. But so she had a panic attack one time. It was 420. And she had a panic attack. It's funny now. It's funny how you can like talk about panic attacks like that now, but back then it wasn't funny then.
No, it wasn't funny. It was the worst night of my life. One of them.
But she had the best meal of her life.
I did.
Right? Yeah. But anyway, long story short, she had a panic attack and she wanted me there. I was out like partying at this day party or whatever. And again, 420, you hear panic attack. I mean, just breathe, because I have them a lot. So like, just breathe, relax. But I was too focused on like partying and having fun, and I wasn't there for her. She ended up going to the hospital. Again, it's anxiety. You never know what it is. I guess it's better to be safe than sorry.
I'm one of those people.
And then
I'm gonna go to the doctor.
Maybe a year or 2 before that.
Yeah.
So with heart stuff, all right, it's understandable, but still, 420 panic attack. She said even the ambulance people wasn't taking her serious, which she's pissed about.
I literally went to them and complained.
Yeah, because you're like,
because how is somebody thinking they're losing their life and you're not taking them seriously, even if you think they're okay?
It's
but
just,
anyways,
again, with it being 420 and so, all that. But all that to say, I wasn't really being supportive and being there for her, like, when she needed me then. So, and that's something I kind of think back on, like, oh, yeah, I could have handled that situation differently. So don't know where I.
Well, I'll just say, what I'll say to that is that just showed, like, that was when we were younger too.
Oh, well,
so
yeah,
literally your priorities change as you get older. But sometimes if you're together younger, or sometimes older people don't have their priorities straight either. So, but like for us, we've literally seen how things change. Yeah. So it's true. There's been times where I felt like he wasn't there because I've had a lot that I've dealt with. But I do feel like he's learned from it and he's put effort into being there. So like that's what you're looking for in a relationship. You're trying to grow together, and that's how I know that he'll be there for me if something's happened, because I've seen him like trying to do better or be there in the way that I need. I'm trying to think, has there been a grieving situation like for you that's been I guess I
guess so, like for me in a different way. So like I said, I haven't lost anybody, or I don't know or what's close to anyone who's lost their life. However, there's been like relationships that I've lost, or relationships that have changed due to a situation. And
go to season 1.
Here, go to season 1 for that. I ain't gonna talk about it again. I've referenced it a few times, but so for me, I just get like irritated and like frustrated with these situations where I've lost
grieved.
People.
Sorry. I didn't mean to cut. See, but I heard something the other day where it's like anger or frustration is really just a surface feeling. So really, you were grieving these friendships.
Yeah, and the situations, because like to me, it's I feel like it's these situations that happen, like there's no way that I should even be in this situation. Whether it's, hey, let's just remember this event. Oh yeah, no, there's no way that happened. Or, well, who are we talking about now? Oh no, there's no way he would do this or that. And I feel like those things wasn't really present, except when it would suit people, but it was to, go for a certain narrative, you know what I mean? Like the opposite was thought. And so like I had to deal with like these situations, like, and it's irritating. So she was, I was sad. I was frustrated. I was actually sad. I was not even just frustrated. I was angry. There has to be a stronger word. You were
hurt. Hurt. The root of it is hurt.
Yeah, in these couple of situations, and so she's been there for me by let me know like I'm not crazy, because I know I'm not crazy, right? There's
Sometimes
no
you
way.
need some validation.
Yeah, I need someone to validate. I was like, hold on, let me just tell you everything that happened. I know I'm not tripping, am I? Or then like let me air out like how I feel and stuff, like vent and everything like that. She probably heard some of these stories like 10 and 15 times, and look, it's gonna be a 16th time, you know what I mean? But that's the thing with having that person there. Yeah, it's something we've talked about. You need to heal and like get over things, like move past it. But it's also good, one, to have a person to help you do that, and like to hear you out when you need to vent. In our vows, funny enough, she said it. She said she'll always be there when I need to vent or whatever. It was funny. People laughed or whatever. Like, I be rapping, I don't. I just be spitting facts.
Y'all
know what I'm saying? Anyway, but it's good to have someone like that. Again, like I said, I really haven't grieved, but I know that when that situation I'm not looking forward to it at all, but at least I'll know when it happens. I'll have her there to be there with me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, snuggle.
I have my wrist. I messed my wrist up at the gym, guys. So like when I do certain motions, like it hurts. Yeah, I don't know. I tore my TCL, ICL. There's a word
So
for
he
this.
thinks.
UCL.
Anyways.
There's something in the wrist that I messed up.
But yeah, no, I think this isn't going to be super long or anything, but we're talking about just how important it is to just know that you're with somebody who will be there for you, because life is crazy. I mean, not just for us or for everyone. Like things are always happening, and a lot of times a lot of people are smiling, and even just like if you're not healed about other things, but just people are smiling, you have no idea what they're going through. So just knowing that you have someone. And I would just say, if we were going to say, well, actually, I'll ask you, even though you've grieved in a different way than me. So is there anything that you would need differently for me, like in the future?
I mean, no. I mean, like I said, it's been fine. I mean, again, I haven't grieved in that way. So maybe when it comes out, maybe you could have, I don't know, cooked dinner more. I don't know. But
that's probably true.
That's more realistic thing. But even again, when I am going through stuff or have things, she does do her best to help support me. So I mean, I don't got no notes. I mean, we'll figure it out. Unfortunately, hopefully not. But when the situation comes, we'll see. But as far as what I've gone through so far, she's been like my biggest support, and she's been there, helped me out every way I needed to be helped. So I mean, you good for right now, shorty? Do what? I'll let you know next time. What about you? Is there anything that I mean, obviously I've grown and changed, but even now, like, is there anything like this time? I could think of one thing I already could have done differently this time, but is there anything you could think of I could have done differently?
I guess the only thing would be just asking me more often. I think he doesn't want to ask me because he doesn't want me to get sad. But for me, if you ask me, it helps me talk, because a lot of times I'm thinking about it. And like I said, I don't want to always bring it up. So being asked more, like, how are you feeling, probably would be one thing that I would want more, just because sometimes it also helps to talk about it. Like when you're all in your head and it just sometimes helps to talk but have somebody ask you rather than just bringing it up,
No, I get that. And she's right. Like there are a few people in my life who have gone through a few different things, whether it's grief or trauma in some way. And I don't ask them, even with her a lot of I don't ask them too much about it, 'cause I was like, maybe I should.
We all do this.
Yeah, sometimes I'll bring up certain things, or at least like one of my friends, and I bring her up because I know I referenced the story, but she is, just similarities with different things. But like her cousin had passed away. I don't really ask her about it, but on occasion, I mean, again, situations happen, but on occasion, I would say, hope he's resting well or resting easy and stuff like that. Even with the situations I brought up that occurred with the big, the trauma thing for me with my friends, even that, a day or two later, she had put up a post for him, and I still was like, nah, I know that was a tough thing for her to go with. My other friend, she went through something traumatic. I'm not gonna bring that up at all. That's her business, not mine. I don't ask her how she's doing with that. I might ask her in a different way if she might bring it up, but I don't really bring that up. So sometimes I try to leave it alone. Hey, if they want to talk about it, they'll talk about it. The same thing with this. I don't want to, if they're not sad and they're happy and in a good mood right now, I kind of want to leave it that way. I don't want to be like, hey, now they're crying because I wanted to bring up their pain. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I don't say anything.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I think it depends. For me, I'm one of those people, I really connect with people. So for my friends, I ask them but also there's some people my cousin who Uncle Joe's daughter. I haven't really asked. I don't know how to handle her grief because it's been really bad, or so with certain people I guess it's harder, but I do feel like it's important to ask people, but it's also hard to know do they want to talk about it. So even in our relationship, you probably don't know, do I want to talk about it? But for me, I think I always want somebody to ask me how I'm doing, because I feel like I've said this before, I feel like I'm always the strong one. So for me, I like when somebody asks me and checks on me. But yeah.
All right. I mean, so some tips, I guess we've kind of inserted tips throughout as we talk, but some tips for your person, your friend, family, whatever it is, they're going through some things you could probably do. I mean, or how you can help them out is be that shoulder for them. I guess everyone needs someone to talk to. Yeah, listening. Everyone needs someone to talk to. I mean, if they're telling you how they're feeling, don't be like, okay, I get it. You're upset and that hurts you. Now what? Which you're not technically wrong in saying that, because you also do want to get past things. But what's the word I use for someone else who's in a situation? I don't want to say sensitive or considerate. There's a different word I use, but you might want to be considerate of their feelings. Like, just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean, or nothing's wrong with you, doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with them. And yeah, that is their trauma, their grief, their pain. But I mean, if you love and care about this person, why not do what you can to help them, you know?
Yeah. I think another thing is being respectful of timing, like patience, I guess, because, you know, the thing happens, whatever the thing that is that causes the grief, but then you go the rest of your life. So there's no time frame on how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like, you know, even myself, sometimes I'm like, okay, you know, maybe they're over it, but it takes a long time and everybody has their own process. And so I think whether you're talking about in a friendship or in a relationship, just understanding that it can take a long time and it's hard, but you have to be patient, because I know it impacts you too. Like if I'm with Omar, it's what I'm going through impacts him. So I think just being patient and just allowing time and allowing the person to know it's okay that it's taking time. I think that's really important. So listening, allowing time for healing,
Understanding,
compassion,
I guess.
And sometimes, because Omar will do this for me, I think sometimes also like doing something lighthearted that they love. Like we went to the kids movie, or like
what would we go see?
We love kids movies, you guys.
What is it about the emotions?
Inside
Out.
No, that's coming out soon. We haven't seen that.
No,
one
we
yet.
saw Inside Out.
Oh, we watched it at home.
Yeah,
you're right.
I know we did.
Or even sometimes he'll be like, okay, we're gonna go out and get dinner. So just like, no, like sometimes people don't want to go out, but just like if you know that there's things that you guys do that brings joy to the person, trying to do that or trying to see if they're willing to do that, because that definitely helps me when we do that.
Yeah.
Or watching Squid Games. We watch Squid Games. That helped me get out of my.
Can y'all imagine losing $4.5 million?
We're applying to Squid Games, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna apply. So we can.
By the way, what if they didn't watch it yet? So just so you know.
Oh no, you can still. I mean, I didn't say who won or what it was.
Okay,
just
true,
it comes down to. This is gonna be too much of a spoiler. It came down to rock, paper, scissors.
It's true.
Can you imagine you picked the wrong thing and then that's it?
I would have been mad at you.
Here we go.
Wait.
Let's do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I just lost $4.5 million. Now I got to make her go missing. That's crazy.
You know why I did paper though?
Oh, here we go.
Because the woman said
no, don't, because that's gonna give it away.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
She had a reason for doing that, and we'll just leave that alone.
Yeah. Anyways, somber episode over.
Trying to lighthearted, but all right, guys. As always, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and follow us. Follow me at OVOXOmar.
At Skylar Simone.
The page at Snooks and Snookums. Oh, by the way, I started my own page for my cannabis business.
Yes.
Yeah, at Glace Organics. Go ahead and follow that. Gonna have some informative videos and stuff like that on there. And then that's about it.
He's starting off with informative videos, and then he'll have his.
I'm gonna do a lot of different things.
So we'll excited for you. Snookums.
Yeah. But all right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye. Peace.
Hey, niece, this is your Uncle Joe. I just wanted to call and tell you that I love you so much and never give up. You and your husband, y'all doing a good job. I just checking on you. I love you, and you have a nice day.